It's been a while since I talked about Dragonball Fighters Z. So long, I don't even remember the last time I talked about it. Oh yeah, I did. It was during that one time when I was comparing it to Marvel Infinite. You know, that game that Dragon Ball Fighters Z is clearly becoming that it didn't become. Gotcha, Capcom. But it's okay. It's all cool. It's whatever. You guys can have your game. This is clearly the game that I wanted you guys to create right here. A massive, badass, cool looking fighting game that pretty much everybody can gravitate to. And clearly, Arc Systems knows what they're doing. They're checking their list and they're making it twice, because once this game launches in 2018, I bet you everybody's going to be returning that lovely little Infinite case right back to GameStop or wherever they may have got it to add on to their pre-order of Dragon Ball Fighters Z. But I'm not here to compare games again like I did in the last video. I'm here to do a top 10 list. What kind of top 10 list? The top 10 list of characters that I want in the game, or at least sometime in the near future. So this is more of like me getting into a time capsule like Trunks and flying off into the future to find out about all the cool DLC characters that I wished for. So, that being said, this is B-Man's top 10 future DLC character list for Dragon Ball Fighters Z. At number 10 is going to be Android 13. Look at my trucker hat. That's right, Mr. Trucker Hat himself makes it to the list once again since my last top 10. Although he got pushed a little bit further to the back, that does not mean by no means anything on whether he's good or bad. He's without a doubt one of the most coolest characters out of the Dragon Ball movie franchise characters. I like his style, I like his voice, I like his costume. He's really cool. And you know, his mannerisms and everything about him, his adulsive tones, and his particular method of articulation. I can sit there quoting that entire abridged movie all day long. If you haven't seen it, I'll put a link in the description for you guys to check it out. Team 4-Star Sun knew what they were doing when they brought that character. They made him really cool once again. Not that he wasn't before, he was great. Plus he can have that transformation that he had that clearly took Vegeta's look, that Vegeta clearly thought that he can get back, but he failed to do so. At number 9 is going to be Broly. Yep, Mr. Juggernaut himself. Mr. I'll just smash your faces in and destroy your planet all at the same time. That's right, Broly is back on the list once again. This Berserker Super Saiyan, or Berserker Legendary Super Saiyan, considering the fact with Super right now they don't consider him as a Legendary Super Saiyan or anything like that. Continuity issues aside, Broly is one of the most popular Dragon Ball Z characters of all time, for sure. He's up there at least on everybody's top 10 list somewhere, and he's somewhere higher ranked because that the fact that he featured himself in 2 movies. There were only 2 Broly movies. Remember that. Only 2 Broly movies. Okay. So, Broly was pretty much a juggernaut. He knocked out Goku, Gohan, Vegeta, Piccolo, Trunks, even Master Roshi's Kamehameha, old school Kamehameha wave could not stop him. He was pretty much a badass in all sorts of ways. He has all of his types of, one-liners here and there. You want to fight me, Kakarot? I just want to hear that one more time, at least in this game. I mean, he doesn't have to be featured in later installments of Dragon Ball Fighters Z, but I think if the fans want it, I'm pretty sure Arc Systems would put him in. At number 8 is going to be Ultimate Gohan. Now, I saw Teen Gohan, and that's fine, and that's cool. I like Teen Gohan. I love the Cell games, the moment when Gohan finally ascended beyond normal Super Saiyan. He outclassed his father, outclassed Vegeta and Trunks, and pretty much everybody at that tournament, including Cell himself. and I love that. But I think Ultimate Gohan would be an actual pretty cool character to add to this game amongst all the crazy Super Saiyan stuff. Ultimate Gohan never needed Super Saiyan. He was already just super strong by himself in base form, which is kind of the reason why there's a lot of hint of, Goku's new transformation at the moment in time. And that's for another video at a later time. But I think Ultimate Gohan would be very interesting for sure. He's stronger than the Super Saiyan 3, I'll tell you that. And of course he would have the same moves as Teen Gohan would, but I think they could mix him up very well. He's much taller, way more stronger, and plus they can use a lot of signature moves that they didn't give Teen Gohan, mostly rush down attacks and maybe some new moves here and there, maybe even the special beam cannon. You never really know. So maybe at some point down the road they might introduce Ultimate Gohan, but maybe not right now, of course. At number 7 is going to be Beerus. Now, no disrespect to the God of Destruction at all. Don't let the number fool you. I put him on the list, and it's more than enough to honor the God of Destruction of Universe 7. Beerus is a very powerful character. He's very mysterious because we don't really know him per se. We've seen the God of Destruction movies, we watched him on the anime, we read about him in the manga, and clearly, there's no one that can match Beerus at the moment in time unless you're Whis or Zeno or the Grand Priest, but that's enough to be said. And even in some technical cases Goku, because of the obvious reason. But I think Beerus is a pretty cool character. He would be very interesting. Plus, it would make sense for him to be in this game, considering that the Super Saiyan Blues are in here and Golden Frieza. And during that time, Beerus was right there watching the whole thing go down. So, I think, just to kind of add on to the game, would be very nice to have Beerus as maybe an alternate boss. At number 6 is going to be Hercule. Oh, yeah! That's right, I added Hercule at number 6. I added Hercule to my top 10 list. That is crazy. I think a human character, and especially a character like Hercule, could be added to the game. I mean, he was in the other Budokai games, and he's even was in the Tenkaichi and even Xenoverse at some point. He basically was everywhere. And I think I just love his voice, considering he's like a mix between Macho Man and Hulk Hogan. I think that's the reason why I really like the character. At first, a long time ago, I used to hate the character because he was just so cocky and so, just whatever. But eventually started to fall in love with the guy, and he's really cool. And I think Mr. Boo would love to have his best friend with him in the team up. At number 5 is going to be Old Man Master Roshi. Yeah, Kamehameha. That's right, Master Roshi added to the game. Master Roshi is a very powerful character. Reason being, this guy trained Goku. Taught him the Kamehameha way. Taught him many different little moves here and there. Beaten Goku in the World Martial Arts Tournament. And not only that, he's part of Universe 7's lineup. And he has already defeated several combatants within the tournament. Spoiler alert if you haven't watched it yet. But come on, I mean, if you're looking at this top 10 list, you should know most of this stuff by now. So, with that being said, I just think Master Roshi would make a very nice addition alongside with Hercule to have kind of these human-ish characters taking on godlike characters like Goku and Vegeta, you know what I mean? And even though he would be a joke character, but I think a lot of games like this kind of need those joke characters to kind of just play around with. I mean, Yamcha made the cut, Tien made the cut, Krillin made the cut. And those guys are nowhere near as powerful as some of the other characters that is in the game. So why not have Master Roshi in the game? I mean, I would love to see the Eternal Hermit fight once again. At number 4, it's going to be Captain Ginyu. Ginyu Force! I think, honestly, Arc Systems might really want to put in the Ginyu Force at one point in time. They might have had the idea on a dartboard and was like, do we really want to put in the entire Ginyu Force in this game? And probably, more than likely, probably not. But I think probably out of all of them, the most strongest Ginyu member was Captain Ginyu. And considering that Captain Ginyu made a reappearance in Super, I think it makes it a lot more better in some ways. I mean, imagine if you did the body change technique on your opponent and you ended up with Goku and they ended up with Captain Ginyu with only like maybe 5% of health left. How crazy would that be? And I think Arc Systems might put Captain Ginyu in this game because Frieza's in here. And, you know, of course, they want to kind of tie in with the anime. So, one of Frieza's most top-rated elite soldiers were the Ginyu Force, and I think Captain Ginyu would make a lot of sense in this game. Maybe not right now, but maybe sometime down the road as DLC. At number 3 is, this one's going to be a doozy. It's going to be very interesting because I think they can do it. It's going to be Khalifa and Kale. Now, I added both of them to this list. I didn't add just one. I added both. I think both Khalifa and Kale would work as a dynamic duo. If you're not going to put in Broly, then why not put in the new female Super Saiyans from Super? I think you can work it out to where, you know, Khalifa doesn't know how to use the Super Saiyan ability, so most of the time she's just regular base form, but she has her own nifty little energy attacks, energy orbs in here and there, and rush down attacks. And plus she can summon Kale at any moment in time. Kale can go berserk mode and just beat up fools left and right. She can always maybe she could heal Khalifa in some way, or maybe she can just throw an energy ball that may not, you know, go directly towards the opponent, but maybe shoot upward and just land on top of the opponent. You know, she can't control her ki just yet unless she goes to her crazy Broly form, you know what I mean? But even then, you know, you might want to stand back. So I think both of them as a tag team, kind of like 17 and 18, would actually be pretty cool as a dynamic, especially considering these characters are very liked among the Dragon Ball community. They're liked and hated in some ways. Me, I have mixed opinions about the characters, but all in all, at the end of the day, these are female characters, so why not have both, but in a package? Kind of like a Happy Meal. At number 2, and we're getting to some good ones. Man. At number 2 is going to be Hit. Okay, that's it. I literally don't have anything else to say. This top-rated Universe 6 assassin has a cool style, a cool design. He has some nifty killer techniques. He has like this one-punch technique that can kill you in one single solid hit to the heart. You know, he's just so precise and so good at what he does that he doesn't care how strong you are. He's going to annihilate you. And I think Hit would make a lot of sense. I think a lot of people would select that character for sure. And I think it would help out break up a lot of the Super Saiyan craziness that goes on in the game for sure. I can only imagine people having Hit on their team for sure. And I think you could have him as like maybe one of those rush characters, you know, one of those characters that get in and come back out, or at least one of those assist characters that can disturb and mess up things, cause chaos in some ways. But I don't think that's Hit style per se, but I just think he'd be a character that you need to look out for sure. And I think him as a DLC character is probably worth the buy for sure. So I don't have any honorable mentions, so we're just going to get on to the number 1 pick, and that's going to be Jern. Hear me out. You guys already know what I've said, and I've said it before in my last top 10 list. Jern is powerful as heck, and so far this dude just seems to be completely untouchable. And I think this would be the perfect time to have him in a game where people can control him and really show on how powerful he really is. I know it's a stretch, and I know it's a lot, and it may not be something that Arc Systems might want to do at the moment in time. Then again, they could have him and then still have, you know, the other Pride Troopers show up because they like to work as a team, kind of like Captain Ginyu in some ways. But honestly, I think Jern would be a top-rated pick for maybe a later DLC character pack, and I think he would be a character that a lot of people would add to his team. Alright, that's it, guys. That is my top 10 list. Let me know how I did so far. Let me know if you agree or disagree with my list here. Tell me your top 10 list of characters that you want to see in the future of Dragon Ball Fighters Z. I don't think they're quite done with the game. Obviously, they're trying to balance it out. They're still trying to work out kinks. They're probably working on the story mode. They're probably doing a lot of things for this game because it comes out sometime early 2018. And so obviously they're going to have to work out a lot of stuff before they start talking about DLC characters and whatnot. So hopefully at some point maybe we'll start seeing some more super characters rather than just straight up Dragon Ball Z characters. Although there's no disrespect to the Z characters at all. I love Z. Z is the show that I grew up with, that I still highly recommend to anybody to watch, from the very first episode up till the final Boo episode. So but anyways, guys, that is it. Like, share, and subscribe for more videos, and I will see you guys next time. Peace.